incredibly joyous occasion with music, with laughter, with tears. We are going to begin by bringing in the spirits of the dearly departed who we wish could be here with us today and who will very much be here today with us in spirit. And so, Ron, Jackie, if you will light the candles, please, to bring their warmth and life and flame into the room with us. We are lighthearted folk here.
I just don't want to catch them on fire.
Thank you, Brian. Sorry.
This one on the end is Ed White. He's my dad. He was in the Naval Air Corps during World War II.
The next is for my dad. We lost him when I was quite young. He was an important influence in my life. And my mother, who we lost not too long ago. She was my craft inspiration. And my sister, who took care of the family so well.
Welcome to the dearly departed. We are glad that you are here with us today. I'll invite the couple to have a seat while I explain what we're about to do. So, Robbie, I do believe you have the rings. So I have here the rings that the couple are going to be exchanging later on in this ceremony. But before we get to that point, I'm going to start by passing them around the room. And I invite everyone who is gathered here today to hold the rings for a few moments, to warm them in your hands, to say a little prayer or blessing over them. Whatever it is that you feel moved to do in order to bless their union and everything that these rings represent. So I'm going to start on this side of the room, and I'm just going to trust that the rings will make their way across the room and that they will arrive back when it is time for them to arrive back. And now I believe, is it Manuel who's doing our first reading?
That's my dad.
Hands don't work like they used to. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but do not drink from the same cup. Give one another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together, and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone. Even as the strings of the lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music, give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping, but only the hand of life can contain your hearts, and stand together, yet not too near together, for the pillars of the temple stand apart, in each other's shadow. So let there be spaces in your togetherness. And let the winds of heaven dance between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love.
Thank you, that reading was by Khalil Gibran. And now I invite the next piece of requested music, the wedding song. Thank you, Paul and Mary.
I tried not to get emotional, but
You did a great job.
I invite Chris up now with our next reading from 1 Corinthians.
If I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and I understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all that I have, and if I deliver my body to be burned, but have not love, I am nothing. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful. It is not arrogant or rude. Love does not insist its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrong, but rejoices in the right. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away also. For our knowledge is imperfect and our prophecy is imperfect. But when the perfect comes, the imperfect will pass away. So faith, hope, and love abide. These three, but the greatest of these is love. This is Paul the Apostle, 1 Corinthians. And I also want to add, we've only just begun. Our day will come.
You know, marriage, when you look at it a certain way, is pretty nuts. You tie yourself to another person for the rest of your living days in sickness and in health till death do you part. You know, that's asking a lot. It is asking a lot. And that's also what makes it incredibly special. Because marriage is ultimately a leap of faith. Though you don't know what the future holds, you decide to go into it hand in hand with someone else anyway. Marriage is a declaration of hopefulness for the future. To get married is to say, we don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're hopeful. We choose to believe the future will be bright, and we will go into it together. And in addition to being a feeling, love is also an action. It is a feeling, to be sure. It's a feeling when we look at someone that we care about, when we see their smile, when we realize that we're invested in their well-being and their future. And it's the actions that we take as a result of that feeling. It's holding the umbrella for them when it's raining outside. It's making the coffee in the morning when you don't even drink coffee. It's listening to them tell the same story that they've told a million times before. It's joining in their whims, playing together, laughing together. It's having patience, it's being kind, it's all of the things that Paul described in that letter to the Corinthians. And love is also bigger than any one of those things, and it encompasses all of those things. And sometimes it culminates in making a promise. Unitarian Universalism is a covenantal faith. We call it the chosen faith. It's a community where we choose to come together and wrestle with what it means to be in relationship with one another. And that means that there can be and are covenants between individuals as well. Marriage is a covenant that a couple makes to and with one another. We usually describe a covenant as a kind of promise or agreement. And I would say that a covenant of marriage is also about choice, because love is a choice, marriage is a choice. It is an agreement to choose love each and every day, to choose to turn toward one another rather than away, to choose to bridge the gap between you and face life together. At the Unitarian Coastal Fellowship, we have a community-wide covenant that ends with, we forgive ourselves and each other and begin again and again in love. I think that says as much about marriage as anything else. The covenant of marriage is not about being perfect, because we all know that nothing is ever perfect, least of all ourselves. It's about choosing to begin again in love and all of the things that love is. It's about choosing to take that leap of faith, hand in hand, into the unknown future, because love has called you there. Now, I believe, Ron and Jackie, you've prepared your own vows. Would you join us down in front, please, then?
We're not doing it right yet.
You will.
No, I'm first. Chances are, when I wear a silly grin, the moment you step into view, chances are you think that I'm in love with you. Just because my composure sort of slips the moment that your lips meet mine, chances are you think my heart's your Valentine. In the magic of moonlight, when you sigh, hold me close, dear. Chances are you believe the stars that fill the skies are in your eyes. I guess you think you'll always be the one and only one for me. And if you think you could, well, the chances are awfully good. That's heavy.
I was trying to think of what could I say. So I'd like to talk a moment about timing. Ron and I met while working for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service in Elkins, West Virginia when I was 22.
That was a lot of years ago.
I felt then that our relationship was special, but he felt that I wanted kids and he didn't want them. And I was just out of college and thinking about building a career. Then he had the good sense to realize that he wasn't built for a 9-to-5 job. So he left the Fish and Wildlife Service, creating a job opening that gave me a career with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. It just wasn't our time. We met again when you looked me up, a little more than a decade ago, after many adventures of life. You brought me joy. I take you, Ron White, to be my lawful wedded husband, to share with me all the wonders that life has to offer, through good times and bad, through laughter and tears, as long as we both shall live.
And Ron, do you do the same?
You want this back? arms. Okay. Which one of these fingers does this go on? There we go.
This way.
Okay. This is my mom's ring. This is a family ring that she had, I guess, reset in Hong Kong. A little tight.
My hands are a little small.
Okay.
We were shopping in a secondhand store and looking at rings for Ron, and I saw this one and I said, how about that one with the fish on it?
You can talk amongst yourselves.
By the Unitarian Universalist Association, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Right, and we are coming to the end of this ceremony, so in a moment, the couple will process out. We will sing them out, but also a couple of announcements. Before we do that, there is food in the social hall over in that direction. We invite everyone to, come have lunch, and then after lunch, there will be party at the house, I'm told. Right, but to sing the couple out, I invite everyone to pick up one of the great hymnals that is hopefully in front of you. And we will be singing the first verse of hymn number 38, Morning Has Broken. So that's hymn number